Why is it we have failed in the score? And these are questions that we must ask before we embark on discussing the future. We must know the state of our affairs and cannot be in the state of denial.
Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim says the country cannot be in denial about the state of its education system. In a speech at University Malaya, Anwar said there were concerns about the education system, citing the drop in last year's international student assessment scores. Anwar added that using the COVID-19 pandemic as an excuse is unacceptable, as many other countries around the world were also affected. The PISA is a triennial survey of 15-year-old students that assesses their proficiency in reading, mathematics, and science, as well as their well-being. Anwar said one of the problems affecting the education system was the obsession with past successes. Amira Huda, FMT News.
Hello everyone, this is a channel that explains educational issues through surveys. First of all, please think about one question. Do you understand the role of education? Education is the cornerstone of human progress. And for an individual, it empowers him or her with knowledge and skills. It enables the individual to grow in the process of continuous learning. A good education enables an individual to constantly adapt and cope with different social environments. For society, education promotes social progress and development, eliminates the gap between the rich and the poor, and promotes social equity and stability. For the country, education is an important driving force for national development. It can improve the basic qualities of nationals, provide the country with talents, and promote national development. We have taken a series of surveys from which we have gained something, which can make people realize the current situation of education more clearly.
Thank you for the introduction, and now let me go through with the background research. Today, we are diving into the world of education, where learning is not just a process, but a lifelong adventure who we are. Education is not just about books and classroom. It's about gaining knowledge, practicing skills, and construct students' characters. Education research is a scientific field of study that examines education and learning processes, and the human attributes, interactions, organizations, and institutes that shape educational outcomes. Educational research embraces the full spectrum of rigorous methods appropriate to the questions being asked and also drive the development of new tools and methods. The concept of classical education regards that students like an empty paper that can be written anything by teacher. This concept is given more emphasis to the material than to students, where teachers transmit knowledge and students receive it. The teacher-centered model places students at the forefront, with students playing a more massive role. Although this approach may help with remembering information, it often doesn't encourage true comprehension and lasting memory. The concept of modern education moves all of the learning responsibility from teacher to students, making learners the central agents of their educational journey. Now I will go through with the research objectives. There are several research objectives. Firstly, to raise awareness of the value and importance of education. Education serves as the foundation of both individual and social advancement. Yet, many people nowadays remain unaware of the importance of education, and the majority of people still faces obstacles in obtaining high-quality learning opportunities and resources for several reasons. Our goal is to underscore the importance of quality learning, breaking down obstacles to access and fostering a culture of lifelong learning. Secondly, promote awareness about the obstacles hindering access to quality education. A big amount of number of individuals are lack of high quality education due to social obstacles, geographic limitations, and economic inequality. We strive to pave for a long-term solution that empower all individuals regardless of financial situations, status, or location. By shedding light on these barriers, we seek to construct and establish a more equal and just educational system that will enhance communities and fostering societal progress. Lastly, highlight the main consequences of inadequate and insufficient quality education. Inadequate and insufficient quality education yields in several negative consequences on people's lives. It diminishes personal and financial growth opportunities for individuals, hampers critical thinking, and hampers societal advancement. By addressing these shortcomings and emphasizing the value of education, we aspire to foster economic success, societal advancement, and individual empowerment.
So, we have adopted method of survey research to collect information to get a larger amount of data through questionnaires or face-to-face interviews and integrate and analyze the data. This not only can collect data more comprehensively but also draws conclusion with more activity and standardization. Through the analysis of a large numbers of samples, it is possible to arrive at representative viewpoint in a certain group.
Funding and discussion provide insight into the views of children not in school and exploring barriers to education, as well as the consequence of lacking access to education. Let's begin by reviewing the key points. There are over 58 million primary school aged children who are not able to go to schools, with Sub-Saharan Africa having over 33.8 million of them. The main reason for this include violence in conflict areas and low public funding for education in low-income nations. Funding constraints, teacher shortages, lack of classrooms, insufficient learning materials, children with disabilities, and gender discrimination all contribute to children being out of school. Addressing issues like poverty and conflict is important. When families are struggling to make ends meet or are living in areas plagued by violence, sending their children to school might not be top priority. Welfare programs can play a vital role in supporting families in need. By providing food assessment, access to health care, and other essential services, improving infrastructure is another key aspect. In many remote areas, lack of access to school is a major barrier. We need better roads, transportation networks, and the communication system to ensure that every child, regardless of where they live, has the opportunity to receive an education. This requires investment and collaborations between government agencies and community organizations. It's clear that addressing the root causes of children not being school requires a motivist approach. By focusing on economic development, in implementing social welfare program, and improving infrastructure, we can create a more conducive environment for education. In conclusion, it's clear that education is not only a fundamental human right, but also a powerful tool for socio-economic development. By identifying and addressing barriers to education and understanding the consequence of lack of access, we can work together to ensure that every child has the opportunity to learn and thrive.
In conclusion, through the survey and research, we have obtained some conclusions, which can be roughly simply described as follows. First, education is the foundation of individual and social progress, but as far as the survey results are concerned, the importance and significance of education is not widely recognized, and we should have a goal that education is paid more attention to as to establish a good education system. Second, we need to focus on quality of education. The quality relationship of education is one of the key conditions for everyone to acquire knowledge, and there are many problems on the way to quality education. We should formulate a method that can solve the problem well according to the problems that have arisen so far, to solve all kinds of obstacles to high quality education and guarantee the quality of education to the greatest extent. Third, we need to reduce the problem of uneven quality of education. According to the survey, we have found about the problem of uneven quality of education. There are many difficulties in solving this problem. We should be aware of the negative impact of these problems and work to address the shortcoming in the quality of education. By improving the ability of each individual through the equity of education, we can become the driving force for the quality development of the society.